That's a huge shatter. That is the biggest shatter.
Obviously, A is a little bit harder, so trying to get there quickly can be helpful. Both teams are taking the lead first now.
A lot of exciting things coming out for OWL. I'm excited to see these new teams come into play.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening. It's pretty much nighttime right now, and we appreciate you joining us for the first postseason breakdown here at the CGL. I'll be one of your hosts. There's three of us on the cast tonight, Swift63, and I'm joined by our one and only Skate Action, two-time South by Southwest champion.
That's me.
Head Rimmer, the god that is. So thanks for joining us. We got a couple of things we're going to run down for you this evening. Quick shout out, Washington Justice. We appreciate you, fam.
You have a shield?
It's just
He brought a shield to a knife fight.
You're really a...
So that's what we're working with tonight. We got a couple of things we want to run down. Before we get into it, a couple of things. We want to do a quick shout out to our subscribers. We just hit 35 subs, unlocking our 4th emote. So be on the lookout for what that new spicy emote's going to be. We're currently taking suggestions, any recommendations. You can send those directly to me or through the contact form on our website. Any and all recommendations, I'll read them. Send something back to you.
So are you the emote expert for CGL?
Am I the emote expert? No. Am I the one that's been like putting all of the emotes in there? Yeah, with a little bit of help from Really Neat and his wonderful Photoshop ability. So, doing what I can.
Mm-hmm.
He does have some nice Photoshop skills.
So, speaking of one of the things we're looking at as we go forward, we're currently in the multi-tier console playoffs. But before we get into the playoff scene and what we're looking at on that front, Alex, do you want to kind of unpack what we're looking to do long term, what we've got planned for the summer?
Yeah, so obviously we're currently in the postseason for our multi-tier tournament, but we know after it ends, there's going to be a little bit of off season before the next season starts. We don't really have a firm date on when the new season and signups will be announced for that. So we're currently looking, we don't want to be completely devoid of Overwatch content. So we're looking to fill some of that time with some off-season events, whether it be some showcases, small tournaments, maybe some arcade games. Just if you have an idea of something you would be really interested in seeing, feel free to hit us up on Discord, tweet us on Twitter, contact from our website. You can even smash it in the Twitch chat if you want. We're always watching about, and we have some ideas from stuff we potentially want to do. But we're really curious to see, what are your thoughts? What do you want to see?
I just dumped a link to the tech. That's the best way to get it to us because it gives us all of your as well as like a field to put in all of your ideas. So that's great. It is a Swift. A wild Swift has appeared in the chat. So we're watching. Okay, so next on the agenda, I want to get right into it, man. Postseason gameplay, dude. We've already got 2 games under our belt in Skate. You're actually casting one later tonight, so do you want to kind of run it down for us, what we've got, what's already happened, and then what's going on in the future?
And it actually kind of kicked off early with a broadcast you were on with me a few nights back with the Tryhards and Apollo. So the playoff season started early with that epic matchup. If you guys missed it, you missed wildness. I've not seen anything like that in a long time. That may have been the match of the season in the CGL. But last night we had Darkness the Taken actually get the 3-0 over Chaotic last night. That was on Pickles' channel, if I remember right.
It was, yeah.
Pickles was last night, so 3-0, big win for Darkness Taken. I think it may have been a little bit of an upset in some cases. I think a lot of people I had seen on Twitter, a lot of the conversation back and forth was, I think that Chaotic was maybe the favorite in that, but I haven't seen enough of them to really determine a favorite. These first matches, I don't think you can really determine a favorite and an underdog. They're so evenly matched, considering that just about all these teams are 6-7 wins. Everybody's right there together. we had to crunch numbers for tiebreakers, so no underdogs here. And then this afternoon, that's kicked off about 4 hours ago on Ren's channel. We had C4 Overwatch taking on Busan Carnage and getting the 3-1 win, with Busan taking Anubis in that matchup. It was a little bit of back and forth, especially on Dorado, and it felt like it could go any way. And alts were flying as it typically is in Diamond games. Once the alts start going, they don't stop. As they come up, you just press the Y button and let chaos ensue. So, yeah, a fun match to watch. All the games so far have been a blast, and then tonight it's just going to keep carrying on because we have the Tryhards taking on Illusion at 8:30 tonight, and I believe it's going to be on Ren's channel, or is that going to be on the main channel?
So that's going to be on Ren's channel. So as everybody knows, we do have a custom license with Blizzard that lets us put on this tournament. Unfortunately, one of the stipulations of that license is we can't stream to our main channels during Overwatch League games. So, tonight we're not going to be able to do that. But, huge game tonight with Tryhards versus is Illusion. This is going to be the final first round from Tier 3. So it's going to be a big game. Tryhards coming off a big win last week. I mean, the absolutely nuts game in Week 9 and coming after Illusion here for the first round. And Skate, you're actually going to be commentating that with
General.
With General, and Ren's going to be running the... is going to actually be running the production. So
so No Aim and No Brains will be back on the casting.
Oh no!
Yeah, you better be ready. There's going to be lots of pagoda talk. I can't wait.
It's going to be good, man. The other thing that I was going to point out is we do have a couple of with the future streams that are coming up. Well, I don't want to step on your toes, Alex, so I'll go ahead and hand it off to you. We've got the quarterfinals kicking off on Wednesday. Yeah. It was one of the questions in chat. They were asking whether it started on the 17th or 18th. So, by all means, brother, take it away.
Yeah, so quarterfinals are kicking off here. And like I said, so Diamond, for those of you who weren't aware, the Diamond tier did have an extra week of play because of how many teams are in the Diamond tier. Diamond tier started off with like 40-plus teams, especially in Xbox NA. So we needed an extra week of time to allow them to play their games. Now, quarterfinals, for everyone else who had less teams making the playoffs and less teams in their tiers, kick off this week, Wednesday. And some of the things, we're trying to put the full force of our broadcast production behind this. If your org or team has a logo, please send it to Swift. We want to spice up the stream and broadcast and advertise you guys. We know some of you guys submitted logos as part of your team sign-up process. Some of them are a little bit blurry or a little bit in the wrong format. If you can, send one in kind of a more PNG with a transparent background format to Swift. You can just feel free to send it to him on Discord, or if you want to, you can tweet it to him on Twitter. Any way you want to bug Swift, he would appreciate it. That way we can get that broadcast out for you guys. As well, please make sure to get your games scheduled as soon as you can, so that we can prepare and plan to broadcast them appropriately. The sooner you can get those in, the better for everyone, and the easier it will be to make the production, better. And also, because it is the playoffs, we would really hate to see, forfeits and that kind of stuff. So we'd really prefer to see all games played. Yeah. And additionally, because we can't really give extra time to teams like we are able to do in the regular season, because the result of your game affects when other teams are allowed to play. Yeah. So we can't really give too much time for that. And that's that's pretty much where we are in the playoffs right now. You'll see some enhanced coverage as we go into these games, and especially as we get higher up towards the finals. I expect bigger and bigger games. Skate already mentioned we had some crazy games already in just the beginning, and I cannot wait to see the finals for this season. The finals last season were absolutely insane. We're seeing a lot of upsets happen, and I'm fully expecting to see some this season as well. And I think, Swift, you had some Mortal Kombat stuff.
Yeah, so real quick before we go into the Mortal Kombat, Anna, just a quick shout out. The culture logo looks great, and that's actually exactly what we're looking for. Keep in mind, guys, when you're sending these logos over, they're going to be shrunk down a little bit, and you actually used on stream as part of the overlay. So as clean and simple and streamlined as possible really makes for a premier logo on the top. If you have questions or you need help getting it done, feel free to shoot me a DM. I can help you work through it with a little bit of Photoshop. I'm not the best, but it'll get the job done.
You're no neat, but
truer words, brother. Truer words. So moving on. So next thing on the kind of docket is Mortal Kombat. So we're starting to ramp up some of the fighting games content we have here in the CGL. We had the Super Smash Brothers tournament a little while back. Next thing on the agenda is going to be Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat X has been live for a little while now. It's been phenomenal, but we do want to bid it adieu as Mortal Kombat 11 comes up. And what better way to say goodbye to one of the best installments than with a farewell tournament? So signups are currently live right now on our website. Check that out, as well as smash.gg. Make sure you have the Mortal Kombat role in this Discord server so you can see all the channels. We do have a server or a tournament going live on Friday, Friday the 19th, this Friday, starting at 8 p.m. And that will be for both PlayStation and Xbox. And the goal of the tournament is to say farewell to Mortal Kombat and start to ramp up a little bit of the excitement for the Mortal Kombat scene here in the CGL. The winners of that tournament will get a free copy of Mortal Kombat 11 on their respective platform. And then looking forward, on April 26th, we have the Mortal Kombat 11 Let's Play. So the game comes out just a couple days prior. We're going to have a whole bunch of people in the community try and get some experts on stream, maybe do some do some demos. We're going to learn the game together. I'm horrific at it, but
You and me both.
we'll see. We'll see.
I'm a professional button masher.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's all just get on there and button mash. Let's do that.
So that's kind of the plan. And then the long-term goal, so after Mortal Kombat's actually out, we have a little bit in the future, the Console Combat League is going to kick off on May 10th. So signups are currently open for that. Console Combat League is going to be essentially a weekly tournament series. And throughout the tournament, you'll be able to accrue points and earn your way into the grand finals. And we have a lot of exciting things planned for the grand finals. We're still hammering out some of the logistics. So stay tuned, but those are the dates you want to remember. Coming up this Friday, April 19th, Mortal Kombat X Farewell. And then May 10th, Console Combat Kickoff. So jot your calendars down, be there, be square, button mash to your heart's content. Yeah, so that's pretty much the crux of what we're looking at for Mortal Kombat. A couple things we do have in the wings right now. We have kicked off Apex. So we had a couple of Apex tournaments so far. And we do have a separate Apex server. So if you're interested in those, you can get involved on that end. And Alex, I think you were going to talk a little bit more about kind of what we're looking at as our structure long-term for Apex and run down the last tournament.
Yeah, so this last weekend here, we had our second Apex tournament that we were running. And we had a few adjustments based on some of the things we learned along the way during our first one. We adjusted the scoring a little bit to award a little more points towards wins, to kind of, we figure that winning games are actually a pretty important part of this kind of structure. So we upped the points for that. And at least for the scoring, we improved the logistics a little bit, made it so that we get your scores in and verified and on the leaderboard much, much faster, and kind of in a lot more automated fashion. And we had some pretty big results here. We had 37 teams competing this last weekend here, both NA and EU. And looks like Revitalize Purple taking the win with 9 wins, 246 kills, and for a total of 318 points. Like, those, it's pretty insane numbers, honestly. As someone who has only played a little bit of Apex, aka less than 10 games, I have 3 kills total for my career.
Nice.
You see a group of 3 have 246 kills, winning 9 times. That's it's pretty ridiculous to me. And going down there, we have Creative in second, Court of Owls in third, and 4 is Friendship. But we see right here, kind of if you're looking at this leaderboard, you see Revitalize having quite a lot of teams here in the top 12, showing that there's a lot of orgs kind of taking interest in our Apex scene so far, with Revitalize apparently just taking the lead on it. Going forward, orgs will be restricted the number of teams they can have as we further solidify our format. Just a note on that. But yeah, if you are interested in competing in these weekly events, like Swift mentioned, join both the CGL Discord and the CGL Apex Discord. If you're for the CGL Discord, grab the Apex roles, and then in the CGL Apex Discord, there you can find a group of people to play with. sign up on org if you're interested, or just find people to play with and have fun. But they're pretty good events. It seems like everybody's been having a lot of fun. It is something format-wise we are still tweaking a bit based on everyone's feedback. We are looking to eventually add a prize pool to these weekly events. Our current guesstimate of when our first one we'll do is probably April 27th. So we'll probably do another one, at least one more week without a prize pool, and then start maybe adding a prize pool to it and seeing how things go. Again, if you have any feedback for us, we're rapidly iterating on the format, and we would love to hear from you. But it seems like so far the interest has been quite good. Swift, I believe you're muted.
Yep.
Oh man, I was getting so excited. So I was going to text Kiss, Tiger. Some of those guys have been doing phenomenal work. They've actually crafted an entire. They have their own social media presence as well. So they have an actual Instagram account that they post top plays and user submissions. So if you're playing a lot of Apex like I am, and every now and then you get lucky and have a sweet play, send it over to them and they'll promo it for you. So we're transitioning quickly towards the end of the show. So we do want to have a kind of a chat Q&A. So I've had chat pulled up and just been trying to answer questions as we go. But I want to pull a couple of things out. So Ice Phoenix is asking if we should do Uno tournaments. So Alex, I'm going to hand this over to you, bro. I know you play a lot of Uno with the old Dazzle, and I'm roasting you right now, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to brag or anything, but I am at level 37 in Uno, so I do have quite a lot of time in the game. But no, it's something. I'll be honest, I really want to do it. It's something we need to work on for like a format wise.
Right.
As we try to move into additional games, there is a lot of things we have to think about while doing them. One of the biggest things is one, how can we score it evenly, or consistently? So you see with the Apex stuff, we award a certain amount of points per kill, a certain amount of points per win. Additionally, we have to think about broadcasting. Obviously, we don't do a lot of Apex broadcasting right now. We do a little bit with like streaming. Like each team has a Twitch streamer in their group, and from there we can kind of like potentially broadcast around that because Apex doesn't have a built-in spectator system. And surprise, surprise, Uno also does not have a built-in spectator system. I know, shocking.
Yeah, how has that not been implemented yet?
I know.
I want to watch competitive Uno on Twitch. That's what I want to watch.
Yeah, so that makes it a little bit harder. We could do a similar format where we do the like each individual Twitch streamer, and at the same time, you have to decide: do you want to do it team-based, where you have the 2v2 in Uno, or do you want to do it with the whole like free-for-all four people with like maybe a certain amount of rounds and a certain amount of points to end the round and count as a win? It really depends. It's something. Yeah, it's something as Uno is near and dear to my heart. I do want to try to do something to figure out a format that works well for it. For lack of a better term.
So that's exciting, man. The other thing, we play Jack in the Box, the Uno tourney. Somebody mentioned, so Spacey had a comment in chat about Minecraft, Hunger Games, and that may or may not have been a troll. I'm not entirely sure, but I do want to point out if people are interested in Minecraft, CGL does have a Minecraft server. Sarge and Jarvis both help run and moderate that server. So if you're interested, there's a thriving and booming community. If I'm not mistaken, they actually just introduced a marketplace and a shop. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of Minecraft, but there's a ton of people who are hyped about it.
Yes, Nick, there is a server.
Yeah, dude. Make sure give yourself the Minecraft role in Discord. It'll open up those servers, and Sarge and Jarvis will, they'll get you the invites.
Yeah, go to the get rolls and make sure you hit that little emote, and you'll get added right to it.
Yeah, man.
I actually have Minecraft loaded right now. BRB.
That's the fun stuff, man. So yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much wraps up a lot of the things we were going to talk about here. This was a relatively short breakdown, mostly because we didn't have any Overwatch games this past week, just a couple of outstanding games. One quick reminder, guys, we do have a final game tonight. So Skate's going to be on the mic at 8:30 with General No Nips, and Ren's going to be running the production. That will be on Ren's channel. I'll link it again in chat, and then again that'll be hosted on the CGL 1 channel. So you can always just come right here. We always make a point to host our affiliate channels right here as your hub, and you'll get you where you need to go. Also, the contact form. So we'll show you the contact form real quick. This is really the best way to send any feedback, recommendations, updates to us. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it up on screen here. This is where you can you put in your name, email address, whatever contact information you prefer, and then you have a free form box. Type in whatever updates, suggestions, ideas, criticism, what have you. This is really the best place for us to get it, receive it, and then we can take action on it, because we're not
just
perfect.
a cool meme you want to send us. We like the memes.
We love memes.
Yeah. I know we have a top 10 plays right now. Maybe we'll have a top 10 meme a week. I don't know.
And before,
I'm not opposed.
oh man, and before our inbox is just flooded with memes at this point. So
yeah.
So that pretty much wraps it up for us, guys. Again, there's going to be a game at 8:30 tonight, and then we've got a couple of games on Tuesday night as well of this week to wrap up the first round. So stick around for those. Make sure you follow us on all the social medias: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We also are present on Reddit,
MySpace.
We do not have a MySpace. That is
we're living in the
AOL Instant Messenger. Make sure you follow me. I do have an ICQ if you use that.
Trolls.
We also accept letters.
Yeah. Carrier pigeons, smoke signals, however you want to contact us.
It's not true. I will never get a smoke signal. I don't know how to read that.
I mean, just use Google Translate.
Yeah, but
duh.
So we appreciate it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. I've been Swift, as always, with Skate and Headrammer. Before we sign off, Skate, do you have anything you wanna plug? Your team's not in the playoffs, right?
What? Are you kidding me? We are in the playoffs. We're playing Tuesday night, sir. Oh, one of this casting crew here, one of our teams actually made it to the playoffs.
Okay. All right.
Well, I want to say anything. I didn't bring the shade. That was Swift.
Yeah, Swift did break the shade, but yeah, Tuesday night. We are in the Tuesday night game. Throne Bishops going to be taking on D9 contenders. Should be a good one.
Stepped in it, dude. All right. Well, that's that. Headrammer, do you have anything that you want to shout out while you've got a second?
Not really, though. I did see someone in Twitch chat asking about two-way players. It is something, I just want to say, it is something we have thought about in the past. I was trying to brainstorming a lot for this current running season, how to properly implement it. One of the things, because we do agree that it would be an improvement over the current development player system, but one of the struggles we had in implementing it was not like policy-wise how to do it, or it was more logistics and implementation of it. As we manage, for example, for this last season, we had about 3,000 players, and all that kind of goes back and forth of how we correctly manage that and keep a track of things across all teams and all players. And with the current, we had a super complicated spreadsheet system to make it work this last season, which worked decently well, but with what we needed to do for two-way players, it would not fit into that model. It just wasn't possible. For this upcoming season, we're building something completely new and custom. So I'm building in mind with potentially doing something like that. So the goal is potentially do that in the future of some sort. That's all I gotta say.
Sounds dope, man. So that'll be it for us, guys. Thanks for sticking around with us for the quick breakdown. Go enjoy your Game of Thrones, and then come back at 8:30 tonight for the final. Not the final. It's the second to last first round playoff game. Thanks, guys, again, and I'll get my words right one of these days, I promise. But thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Bye.